Welcome back to Excel. This is a mental evolution podcast where we talk all things mental performance, sports psychology, and cognitive performance. And I'm your host, Dr. Seth Rose, and today is episode 72, where we're talking about winning ugly. Some days you just don't feel it. You're tired, you're off your game, everything's a grind, maybe you're sore or fatigued. But here's the truth. Sometimes elite performers and elite performances don't need those perfect conditions. They adapt to it and they show up and they give whatever they got that day. A famous sports psychologist, Dr. Ken Ravizza, had once said, if you got 90% that day, or 80% that day, or 70% that day, to give 100% of whatever you got. And that's really stuck with me, and I share that with a lot of performers and athletes that I work with, and that can really click with them to give full effort. So it's usually not about style. It's about grit. It's about perseverance. It's about showing up when it's hard and finding a way. We've all heard Michael Jordan's famous flu game, Game 5 of the NBA Finals against the Utah Jazz, and he had the fever, he had chills, he was dehydrated. You could visibly see him not being able to really stand up. The athletic trainers were telling him not to play, but he still suited up. He moved out there. He was sweating. But at the end of the night, he still dropped close to 40 points. And he had the go-ahead three-pointer in the final minute. So he showed up, but that's not just a Michael Jordan thing, right? He won ugly. And it's probably one of the most iconic performances in sport history. But there are so many others. I'm a big triathlete, endurance nerd. Julie Moss, she had the Ironman crawl in 1982 in the Ironman World Championship in Kona. She was leading the race with just a few hundred yards to go, and her body completely gave up. She collapsed. She was completely dehydrated, cramping, physically broken. But instead of quitting, she literally crawled to the finish line on her hands and knees. She lost first place in those final seconds, but that finish really became legendary. She didn't win the race, but she won a lot of other things, such as headlines and history, and the Ironman brand exploded after that because of her grit. And there's a lot of research to tie into all of this. Angela Duckworth's research on grit, showing that persistence and passion through adversity, not just talent, predicts long-term success. So consistency when things get hard can be the difference maker. So when you are not feeling your best, when you're not feeling 100%, when you're sore, when you're fatigued, when you're tired, just keep showing up and give what you got that day, whether it's 90, 70, 80, 50. Just give 100% of that percentage that you have and win ugly. We'll catch you on the next one.